Hey everybody, my name's Zane, and in today's video I'm going to make a little tutorial about a device I owned, which is named the Fire HD 8, which is in the 8th generation, which is also known as the 2018 edition. So what you can do with this tutorial of mine is I will show you how to unlock the bootloader, install a custom recovery, which is TWRP, and also how to root your tab. There are many benefits to doing this, such as installing a custom ROM, underclocking your tab to get better battery life, or overclocking your tab to run high-intensive games that require a lot of performance. Now, before I start, I want to give a shout out to this XDA developer named K4Y0Z. He's the one who came up with the method and also found the exploit in unlocking and installing custom recovery on the Fire HD 8. Now, I'm going to show you what you would need to unlock this tab and to install everything. I will put them beside me here. First of all, you would need a Linux operating system on your computer. Unfortunately, this method is not for Windows yet because the developer only has done it for Linux. However, Linux, you can install it on your PC by many ways. There's actually 3 ways, which is you can install it on a USB and boot it on a USB. That's called live USB boot. You can install it as just like a fresh installation, so your PC will be full Linux. Or you can run it on a virtual machine on your Windows PC. I will leave links below about how you can install Linux. The second thing you would need is you would need a cable, the micro USB cable that would connect to your tab. So yeah, it could be any cable, micro USB cable, but I personally recommend the cable that came with the tab, as I know that the quality is good and there will be no errors or anything like that. But any cable is good. And then third would be you would need your tab to be running the latest software, the Fire OS software. So you just need to go into your settings and then just check about device, and then it should see what your Fire OS version is. I will leave it also here what your software version should be, because we're going to downgrade the tablet's firmware so we can install the custom recovery and unlock the bootloader. So let's get into it. The first step in this method would be to enable the USB debugging setting on your Fire HD. What this is that it will just allow you for your tab and your computer to communicate, so you can unlock and install the custom recovery. Able to do that, you would have to go to your About Fire tablet here, and you would need to click the serial number about 5 times. I've already done it, so it's saying that I'm already a developer, but you just need to tap it 5 times, and then once you do that, you go back, and then developer options would be here. You just click that, and then turn it on here, and press OK, and then you scroll down till you find USB debugging. You click here, and then click OK. On the second step of this tutorial, we would need to go into our Linux computer, and we need to install some drivers. To do that, you would need to go to your Linux's terminal, which is normally just called terminal in all the Linux distributions, here. Now, you just need to copy the code that I put. So you would need to run it in a Windows equivalent of an admin mode. So in able to do that, you have to click sudo su and then enter. and then enter your PC's password. I'm gonna enter mine. Okay, so now we are in the admin mode of Linux terminal. Now we need to install some ADB softwares and fastboot softwares. So what it is, it's kind of like a driver for your computer and for your Android to communicate with each other. I will link the text file of all the commands so you can easily copy and paste. So I'll just open the commands here. Okay, so what you need to do is that you would see the line 1, 2, 3. You would just need to copy all of that. Here, you just right click, you copy, and then you would click back on your terminal, and then you click right click and paste, and then just let it do its thing. Okay, so now you can see it has come to a stop. So if you still see the command here, you just need to click enter again, and it will install some software, and then you would see this prompt. It says, do you want to install this amount of disk space would be used. You just click Y and you click enter, and it will install it. All right, now all the drivers and has been installed. So what you need to do is you just minimize this, and now in the description I will include a lot of files to download. They would be I will show you all the files you need to download, but anyways, they'll be in the description. You would need these files and able to complete this method. But first, let us plug in our tablet first. Now, for the third step of this method, we'll just to get a micro USB cable, plug it into your computer, and then now just plug it into your tablet. With the video, now that you have connected your Fire HD8 to the computer using your micro USB cable, you would just want to minimize this window and go back to your terminal, the one before. To tell now that if your Android tablet is connected to your computer, we just have to run a simple command, which I won't include in the commands text list because it's small. Just type in adb devices. Yes, and then you click enter. So now now you can see that this is your device, but it's unauthorized. Now if you check the tablet, what the tablet is saying, just check the window over here. Allow USB debugging. So this will allow the computer and the tablet to communicate with each other. You just click always allow and you click OK, and then it will allow the computer to communicate with the tablet. Now you just have to do it again. ADB devices, click enter, and there it is connected. Now after you want to do that, now we have to boot our device into its locked bootloader because it's still locked, it's not unlocked yet. So what you need to do is you need to go back to the commands, you copy and paste number 5, adb reboot bootloader, and then you would see here, and then you click enter, and now your tablet will show a black screen, and then it will boot up again with a text on the left corner saying fast boot mode. Now this is the fourth step. Yeah, the fourth step is you need to go back to the downloads, which I have told you to download here. Now these two are for root, and you don't need them yet. You need them in the final stages of this tutorial. But here we have the Ammonet Karnak 3.0.1. This is the downgrade software, and then we have Brick Karnak, which I will explain further on. What you need to do is you need to extract both of these. Extract. Okay. And then extract this one. Extract them here. Alright. Now, since you extract them to the same directory, this Ammonet should include both of the file's content. So if you check, so this one is like a combined folder for the two files that I have unzipped. Now here is where all the files are needed to unlock the bootloader. So what you want to do is you want to go back to your terminal here, and then you want to go back to your commands. Okay. Now what you're going to do here is that you have to close your original terminal, and then go to the folder of the Ammonet, and then all you have to do is, if you're on Linux, of course, you right click, and then there would be open a terminal here. So this terminal, terminal like CMD, is in the directory of all the files, so we can move it to the Fire HD. Now all we have to do is we have to do it again, which is we have to run it in admin privileges. So sudo su, enter, put in our password again, enter. Okay, so now we are here, and you should see something like this in the Ammonet folder. Okay, so now on your tab you should still see that text saying fast boot mode. Now to really test if we have the correct drivers and authorization of the computer to the tab, we just need to do a quick command, which is fast boot devices. And if you have a number come up here or a serial code, and then that means you are in the go. That means you are ready to go to unlock the bootloader. So what we're going to do now, we need to go back to our commands, and we need to brick the Fire HD 8th for a split second. Now I know this sounds a little bit risky or a little bit dangerous, but believe me, it's just going to brick it for a short while so you can take advantage of the exploit. So now you need to copy this command on the number 7, copy, and you need to paste, copy here, and then you need to paste it here, and then you need to click enter, and then it will say that it will brick the preloader to continue via the boot ROM exploit. So this technically means that it's going to brick the tablet. Okay, so all you need to click is yes, and make sure it's in all caps, because I've seen in some of the forums that people have problems because they didn't type it in all caps. So you make sure it's all caps. Click enter. Then now what you should see on your tab is a text saying here. Okay, so now it's writing the brick. And then you would see some text on your tab saying that, the bricking the preloader, it's all good. Yeah. So all you need to do is you need to unplug the device and power it off. So you need to unplug. So you have the device here, and then you need to power off. Pressing the home button for a long time. Okay, now it's off. You want to go back to your Linux. And then run these two codes under 9 and 10. You just need to copy and paste. And then click enter. Okay, and then now that is done, you would need to unbrick the tablet and install TWRP, which is the custom recovery, by the way. We're almost there. So you just need to go back to the site. So make sure when you run this code, the micro USB should be out of the tab. So what you just copy and paste, and you click enter. Okay, now it's waiting for the boot ROM. So now you would need to plug back in your tab while it's still off. Okay. So once you have plugged it back in, it will recognize it. So you just press enter, and then it will start unlocking the tab. Just be patient, because it takes a little while to run all the scripts and stuff. And there you have it. Now you have successfully unlocked your bootloader. Okay, so now that you have finished flashing all the required steps, you just need to do one last thing. You will need to go back to your tablet, disconnect it from the computer, and then power down and power. Hold them together and you should boot up in a hacked bootloader. There. As you can see, it is not the fast boot mode as before. This is a hack fast boot by these two developers. Now you just need to connect it back in your tab here. Okay, now going back to your Linux computer, you need to do one last command. My mistake, one last. Now while the tab is in the hack boot, the hack fast boot mode with the micro USB plugged in, you would need to go to back to your commands and then copy the last code, which is code number 14. Copy, and then you need to paste and then enter. Alright, so now the device will be booted into the custom recovery, which would be TWRP. And there you go. So you just need to swipe, and here you go. This is the custom recovery for the Fire HD 8th. Alright, now it's time for the next step, which would be root. Now for the last step of my tutorial would be rooting the Fire HD 8. Now what you need to do is you need to minimize everything on the screen except for the file manager. Now remember the two files that I've mentioned earlier in the video, the finalized no OTA and Magist. Now this is the root folder, and this is to make sure that the Fire OS does not update to its latest software. So the unlocked bootloader would still be there without updates. Now, so what you need to do is you need to exit the console, the terminal, exit everything to make it nice and clean. Here, okay. Now, you need to go back to your tablet. You need to turn it on, and if you can see, it's still on TWRP, the custom recovery. So what you need to do is you need to click Advanced, and then you need to click ADB sideload, and then you swipe. Alright, now you have to go on the folder or the directory where these two files are located, same as before what we did with Ammonet. So you right click, actions, open a terminal here. Okay, so a terminal would be here again. So what you need to do now is you need to move these root folders and install them on your tablet. So how to do that is use ADB sideload, and then copy the names of these two files exactly. So you want to just copy Magist v20.0.zip, and this will install it on your Fire HD tablet. If you can look on your Fire HD, you can see all the logs of it installing. And yeah, you just wait patiently while it installs. Okay, so that's done. Now you would just need to flash the no over-the-air update, so Amazon can never lock your bootloader again. So what you need to do is you need to type in the same command again, ADB sideload, and then you need to copy this one, so finalize no OTA zip. Enter again. Alright, now even though it says it's failed, you should check on your seeing it's already installed. If it's already installed, then we can go ahead. Now, with everything all done, with all the methods and all the steps that I've showed you, you can just disconnect. Disconnect here, and you'll go back to the screen. You click reboot, and then you click system. So that would reboot the tablet, as you can see here. And there you have it. An unlocked Fire HD 8th with a custom recovery installed with root. As you can see, there. And if magist the root package doesn't, if you can't see magist on here, well, you can see it here, but if it's not there, you can just install the APK from XDA developers, which I will also link in the description. So now you see, and it's rooted. There you go. So guys, I just want to say thanks for watching my tutorial. Again, full credits to the XDA developers that managed to do this method. So congratulations, and hope you have fun with your unlocked Fire HD 8. I will be making a few videos in the next couple of days, installing custom ROMs, which would be like Lineage Os, 40 Fire HD, and also another video on how to restore the tablet back to its original state, just in case you need to service it back for warranty, or you're going to sell it to somebody else. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.